This rocket is about to take off on a journey into space.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Hello, welcome to MGSO4 Makes. My name's Jenny, and today we shall be making this rocket.
People have been creating rockets for centuries, but it's only in the last 50 years or so that we've been able to build rockets powerful enough to take humans into space. Modern rockets are made up of 4 parts: the body of the rocket, the propulsion, the guidance, and the payload. The front or top of the rocket is where the astronauts sit for their journey into space. About 2.5 minutes after takeoff, the rocket jettisons stage 1, the propulsion. With older rockets, this stage would fall back to Earth and burn up in the Earth's atmosphere, but today, this section can come back safely and be reused. A few seconds after this, the rocket jettisons stage 2, the guidance, which floats off into space. Now the remaining section containing the astronauts carries on to its destination, perhaps the International Space Station. To make your rocket, you will need 3 sheets of A4 white card, a large clean ketchup bottle with a working cap, scissors, sticky tape, a 30cm ruler, kitchen foil, an A4 sheet of black card, colouring equipment, sticky fixes, a glue stick, a writing pencil, 3 clothes pegs, yellow tissue paper, a compass, and blue tack. Now it's time to make our rocket. We'll start with the rocket body. Cut off the top of the ketchup bottle 3 centimetres down from the top of the neck. You might need an adult to help you with this. Put the big part to one side, as that may come in handy for something else. Cut off any pointy bits and remove any stickers. Roll a sheet of white card into a smooth tube. A rolling pin could help start you off. Roll the tube quite tightly and then put it into the neck of the bottle and release it slightly. You need to get to a point where the bottle doesn't come off when you shake the tube. Mark where the end is and then measure how far in it is. Repeat the measurement at the bottom of the card and draw a line all the way down. Measure 6.5 centimetres down from the top of the card and 14 centimetres from the bottom. Make the same measurements down the line you've drawn and then join the dots. You're creating the 3 sections of your rocket. Draw a line 2 centimetres in front of the first line and then cut along it. Now it's time to name your rocket. Write your letters one on top of the other so that when your rocket's standing ready to take off, people can read the name easily. I'm now cutting my rocket into sections that can come apart and fit back together. You may like to just have one whole tube for your rocket. Glue onto the narrow rectangle on each section, roll them up and stick down the ends on that first line you drew. Don't go beyond it. Take care so that your rocket sections are nice and even. Secure the join with sticky tape and then cover your rocket sections all over with tape so that they are strong and shiny and glossy. Now it's time to make the connectors which will hold your rocket together. Cut widthways a strip of card about 10 centimetres wide. Roll this loosely and place half of this roll into the top of the bottom rocket section. Let go and it will unroll slightly to catch itself inside. Secure inside with sticky tape. Check that the other tube fits snugly and isn't too loose. If you want to, you can add a shiny nozzle to the middle section of your rocket. This is the nozzle that helps guide the propulsion, helping the rocket change direction. Onto some white card, draw a circle that's 8 centimetres in diameter. You can use a compass or draw around a lid or a cup if it's about the right size. Cut out the circle and stick it onto kitchen foil. Cut round the circle, leaving about 1 centimetre of foil all the way round. Glue around the edges of the card, careful not to tear the foil. Now, turning your circle of card, fold over the foil and stick it down all the way around. Now glue all over the remaining white side of the card, stick that down onto foil and cut around the circle. Mark the middle and then cut from the edge of the circle to that middle point. We're going to make a silver cone shape by pushing one end of the card into the circle, in on itself so it curls around. When you have about half of the circle left, check that the cone fits inside the bottom section of your rocket. When you're happy with the size, cut off the rest of the circle and secure your cone with sticky tape. Cut some lengths of card 8 cm long and about 1 cm wide. Attach these with sticky tape all the way around the pointy end of your cone, nice and evenly like this. Take a piece of foil about 4 cm wide and long enough to go around your rocket. Glue carefully on the back and then stick inside the end of your middle rocket section. Fold tape over the end of the foiled section to secure the foil and so it doesn't get caught on the bottom connector. The next bit is a little fiddly. Our aim is to have the cone in the centre of the tube sticking out about 2 centimetres. To do this, glue the ends of those tabs really well and then guide the tabs carefully into the middle rocket section. Spread the tabs out evenly inside the tube, checking the nozzle is where you want it, and then stick them down really well inside, securing with sticky tape. Cut another width of card that's 9 centimetres wide. Roll it loosely and place inside the top of the middle section until it stops and then release it. Secure with tape on the outside, pushing into the shallow groove where the connector and the outside of the rocket meet. You want everything to fit together as smoothly as possible. And now for the nose cone.
This is the nose cone for my rocket. I'm going to show you how I made it. I'm going to use a bigger ketchup bottle cap so you can see really clearly.
Cover the top of your ketchup bottle lid with sticky fixes as much as you can and stick it down firmly onto a large piece of foil. Turn it over and start to shape your cone. You can start by pulling the foil in like a bunch of flowers and then pushing into the middle to make a cone shape which has a point at the top. This is the core of your nose cone. It won't be seen, so don't worry about tears, but it does need to be compact, so push it down hard. Add another layer of sticky fixes where there are any gaps, and then stick your next layer on. Decide what height you want your nose cone to be. You don't want it too big because it'll be too heavy and fall off your rocket, but play around with some nose cone shapes and see what you like best. Carefully cover the sides of the lid as you add the final layer.
So I've now completed my nose cone and I've made sure that it's all smooth and neat and tidy, and most importantly I can still open and close the lid really easily. You've probably noticed that I've now added tail fins to my rocket, and that's because I want it to stand nice and easily up on the table like this, and also when it takes off it looks really good with that traditional rocket shape as it zooms off into the sky. Now to make these, all you need is 3 clothes pegs, and you don't even need glue because they just peg on, and you need to put them around the base of your rocket in a triangle shape. And I've put 2 here either side of the name and 1 at the back. Now once you've worked out where they need to be, you need to cover your pegs in card to make them look like tail fins.
I've gone for black tail fins here, but yours can be any colour you like. Cut out a shape that covers your peg. There will be a section to cut out to accommodate the rocket. I've gone with an aerodynamic shape, but you can go elaborate if you like. I'm sticking with my understated tail fins. Put sticky fixes along the outside section of the peg and then stick your shape down carefully. Cover the middle section of the peg too, and then the other side of the peg. Do this for all 3 tail fins.
Now I've decorated mine very simply. I've just got a star down here and a star up there, but of course you can do whatever you like when it comes to decorating your rocket. I have added some fire at the bottom. I've just used card and tissue paper and created a flame, and I've stuck it inside the end of the rocket using some blue tack.
Remember, there are lots of ebooks, audiobooks and magazines available online for free from Surrey Libraries if you want to get crafty. Just head over to the Surrey Libraries website with your library card to see what you can borrow.
And now we're ready for liftoff, so here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. See you next time.